bearing Welcome to Center of Light. It's always about clarity. This has been my theme for a very long time. Excuse me. And it seems like it's going to be my theme for a while longer. Things are getting stronger. Clarity is needed. Tonight, I'm going to present something to you that supports why such clarity is needed. I'm going to play you a small excerpt of a video, a small clip of an interview I did with Swamiji Viswayogi, Om Sri Saram Guru Deva Datta, I done a few years ago. And he's going to reveal something. I heard it a few months ago. I've always heard it, but I never really listened. I heard it. And I checked with my sister friend, Bahai, or Bahan, which is Indian for brother, Bahan. And she said, I heard it too. Stick around. Tonight is Center of Light Review 21 check-in. I want to acknowledge everyone, which is one of my favorite things to do. You're here with me and I'm here with you. Together we're going to do what we came here to do. Me, we, including you. It requires all of us. Do you think it's just a coincidence you're alive in 2021 for this review of your life? Bliss or strife, it is your sacred life. You incarnated on the earth in the most amazing time, not only in human history, that's big enough in and of itself, but in the history of cosmic incarnations. You, my friend, without hesitation, maybe some, maybe you would drag kicking and screaming. I get it. It's like going to church on Sunday. Mom and Dad, I don't want to go. You come in and you drag kicking and screaming. Well, now that you're in the situation, beautiful situation of transformation, I'm going to play you a video later. It can potentially be disturbing to you. But this is what this presentation is about for me and you. Center of Light Review 21 check-in. Speaking of check-in, I want to check in with you people. Adana's in the house. Whoop whoop. Katie Camara's in the house. I just call her KK. Love me some KK. Melinda, how you doing, Melinda? Hope things are well. There's always a method to my madness. Let's see what's happening on the YouTubies. Dana Trotter's up with her. Dolores, hi Dolores. I appreciate your sharing with me today. Touched my heart that you had the power and the corners and the deets to say what was on your mind, mostly on your heart. Love it. Good for you. Summer Fusion, aka KK, and YouTube as well. Let's see what's happening on Pulse Talk Radio. Everything looks good. I'm a happy man. So tonight is Center of Light Review. I'm asking all of you, share this everywhere. Where you know it's appropriate, share it. Some people may need to hear it. I understand such reservations. I think this is Kim Delaney in the house. She comes in and I don't know how she's able to do this. I need to ask her how she's doing this. It says that she's anonymous when her name is not anonymous. I'm just curious to know how she done that. So tonight is Center of Light Review. Me and you. Adana says she shared. Thank you, precious. Like I said just a bit ago, I'm going to play you a video that can potentially cause you anxiety. Ask me what I think. Ask me what I think. Okay, I hear everybody going, well, Keith, what do you think? I think you should stick around. Not for ratings and not because I need your attention or being here. I like you being here. It's fun to play with you. Because what is potentially going to come out of this presentation may be a little disturbing to you, but in a beautiful, possible way. How can those two coexist, Mr. Teacher? Because within this and the that is the everything. This, that, put them together, you get everything. You may find some anxiety surrounding this video clip I'm going to play a little later. So what you do, instead of not watching, you can choose to watch and deal with the anxiety. And I will help you with that. Because whether you choose not to watch so you don't have to go into anxious mode, you're still going to forever carry that anxiety around with you. There's nothing you can do about it until you do something about it. There's no other way about it. Hello, Wendy. So tonight is Center of Light Review. 21 check-in. What is 21? Obviously, or it could be obvious. It's the time we're living in, 2021. We went through the I'm not going to say COVID. I'm going to say the big C. I don't want to get panking on my hiney. The big C. We went through the big C for a year. Hello, Sana. We went through big C for a year. We're still going through it. People are tired. Some people rather die than not live. Some people rather die than to exist. The big C's over, or it's dwindling down very fast. So you think. The big C, I don't mean the mask. I mean the mask, the veil, the knuckleheaded nonsense that's going to push harder. Just when we get our breath and we get some sense of relief, good grief, Charlie Brown, it's coming back around. Hello, Jody. The nonsense won't stop until we stop our own inner nonsense. Well, Keith, I've stopped my nonsense long ago. Fantastic. Then you're one of the elect, one of the spiritual elite. Because if you no longer see nonsense in the world, and I get it, Friday night, we've been working in a cubicle all week, and we're going to hang out with some friends and powerhouse some drinks and do some smoke. I get you. Invite me. I'm coming. I'll show up. But the world is noisy. So you want to share it with your friends. I don't like the way this politician did this or that. I don't like this person did. I get all that. That's sharing, and that's giving your opinions about your sacred, sanctimonious life. It's all cool. But when it comes down to you, your spirituality, if you've graduated beyond truly at your core essence, though you having conversation with your friends, you no longer see the world as nonsense, that what you're looking and experiencing is a beautiful unfoldment, then you will not experience any anxiety about what I'm going to share with you as a video clip from my guru, Swamiji Visva Yogi. People say, well, Keith, isn't this time about the return of Christ consciousness and not deities? Exactly. It's nothing to do with deities. It is about the return of Christ, Buddhic, grand spiritual consciousness. But don't kid yourself for a moment. If you want to go to the grocery store and you don't have a car and it's 5 miles away, and you can only get a few things because the bags would be too heavy. Heavy? So I guess it's about being Light. So what about these gurus, Keith? If I'm walking to my spiritual grocery store because I don't have a vehicle 5 miles each way and I need food to eat, you can liken that guru pulling up next to you in a spiritual Lamborghini. Rolls down his window. Hey, you need a lift? And in that spiritual Lamborghini, you get and you drift. See it as a friend who wants to do you a favor. But it's all located within me. I don't need a guru. Fantastic. Learn black belt karate by yourself. See how well that goes. So gurus, provided you're connected enough to recognize such a one that does such a number on you, and tonight is 21, review, are you checking in? There are beings floating about everywhere that will enlighten you. Your mother, your father, your children, especially your children. Are you checking in? This is 2021, my friend. Are you checking in? I'm checking in with you. I'm checking in with me. But are you checking in with you? And I'm asking you to send me your comments. How are you? Let's do a number scale. We don't have to go to 10 because it gets a little lost. Let's go to 5. If you choose. And maybe I can give some comments if you choose to bring forth something about myself or anyone in these forums, just simply being a sounding board for you. We need sounding boards. We need that spiritual Lamborghini, or we need that guru Magnum PI to show up in that Ferrari to feel the purr of the engine under your ass. Spiritual Ferrari. You sit in a Ferrari and they gas that pedal, you will feel it. When you sit in your spiritual Ferrari and you gas that pedal, you will feel it. So what is it you're feeling? Are you dealing with all of it? As the timeline continues, you may say, well, Keith, my life is still great. But are you blissful? Because the blissful timeline does exist right above the great, feeling great. And the ecstasy right above the bliss. And Shambhala and God realization. So just because we continue to move down the timeline doesn't mean there's not another timeline continuing to express itself in greater possibilities. You may want to just ride this one wave. Great. I want to hang 10 in Hawaii on the North Shore and catch that wave. So, in the very near future, the non-powers that be will throw a blanket over your consciousness, or will attempt to. So don't be looking for it. You'll know when it shows up. Simply, you'll know when it shows up. Show up and you will know it. So what do? Just recognize that you are planted within yourself with guidance and awareness because you know it. How do you know what you know? You don't know how you know what you know, but you know that you know that you know that you know that you know. That's how you know. You created the cycle of spirit within you, which is all-knowing. Now you're getting a glimpse of who you really are. Tonight is Center of Light Review. 21 check-in. Are you checking in? Send me between 1 and 5, 1 being the lowest of how a person could feel in this human endeavor, forever endeavor. And 5 would be the greatest possibility for what we can experience right here, right now in our current frame of awareness. You want to ask me a question about what you might be able to do about a situation? I'll be honest. I'll pick you up and throw you in the fire. I will. I won't hold any punches. Don't let it cause you anxiety, as we've spoken about earlier. Jump. 22. It's all changing. I don't mean just change. Well, of course, Keith, it's changing. It's changing in ways that we don't even understand. That's why we're still in our house. Because we don't understand it yet. We're infants in this new age. We're still crawling. We don't know how to walk yet, much less run. It's so strange. It's not, well, Keith, they're going to let us out soon. And things are not going back to normal. In fact, normal is dead. Normal is boring. It's old hat. It's dead. Who wants normal? I want super normal. I want supernatural. I want God who's the nature of all things, and it's super. It's never going back to where it was. In fact, it's going to get stranger and stranger and stranger. Love ain't no stranger. I ain't no stranger. Center of Light View. Are you checking in with yourself? Are you taking a self-inquiry? Self-evaluation. Don't judge yourself in these inner exploration. Just see it. Because in the light of awareness is enough. Becoming aware of said thing, it's over. It begins to dwindle. It begins to dissipate. When you bring the light of awareness to a dark situation, nothing else has to be done. Unless you want and or being prompted to take action in 2021 review. Take action, dear one. Go inside and cough up the spiritual phlegm and look at the nonsense that you might be holding in your hand and wipe it on someone you love. No, I'm teasing. But look at it. I'm checking in with you. How are you doing? I'm tired of lock-in. I know it's purposeful, and it motivates me, and it gives me purpose, and it gives me the energy as I continue to review myself, my life. We don't know what awaits the world. We don't. You have no idea. We have no idea what it's going to be like when we can truly step into the out. Step into the out. We have to step into ourselves to ever understand, without a doubt, this world called out. Those people that you used to slap on the back, kick them in their pants because you were such good friends, you're going to have to learn how to do that. Wow, it's been so long since I've seen John or Jane Doe. I remember I used to kick them in the pants when they weren't looking. Literally kicking them in their pants. I don't know if I can still do that. We've all changed so much. You're going to have to become reacquainted with those you have been with. How are you doing? I'm checking in with you. How are you doing with yourself? Do you check into yourself? Do you seriously go inside and evaluate and appreciate and amalgamate with this being who is the perceiver, the observer? Who is this you that is checking in to see how you are doing? That is the great $64,000 question. How are you doing? So, I'm going to play a Lavender Soul song here. Everyone, if you have not yet, my spiritual band Lavender Soul, I'm selling these CDs for $20. All 3 albums for $20 when I used to sell them $20 per CD. Also, you can find in this forum links to my new bestseller, 30 Years of My Life Compressed, Homecoming, Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, Keith Anthony Blanchard. That same link, if you have not purchased a bestseller, you can also use that same link to leave me a review. Please do that. Just click the link, go there and say, I love his book. Or whatever your honest thoughts are about it. It's about the engagement. A couple of stars would be fantastic. You're the star. Express yourself on Amazon of how many stars you feel you are. 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. So I'm going to be right back, everyone. I'm asking you, if you choose between 1 and 5, 1 being I'm not feeling so well about everything at this juncture in my life. 5 meaning, at least to this point in my life of what I understand, fantastic to be. Give me the number 1 through to the number 5. And if you choose and things are not so well, even if they are fantastic, just give me a sentence about where you are, how you are, if you choose. I would like to address those. I like playing with you in the cosmic sandbox as divine children. I will see you shortly. Welcome to Center of Light Review. 21 check-in. 21. 2 and 1 is 3. Trinity. Things are coming back around for completion. I'll see you shortly. See, because this song sets it up perfectly. Ha! No pun intended. No matter what you choose, win or lose, love song or the blues, barefoot or shoes, in your imperfection, which is the actual deliciousness of who you are. Ironically, you are perfect.
yourself, you'll celebrate. There's a time to love, and a time to trust, and a time to know you are loved. Time to know you are loved. So let the love of God on you. It's always been that way. It's time to celebrate what you are. It's time to celebrate who you are. It's time to celebrate.
Welcome to Center of Light. I love being me. I hope you love being you. Opportunity to look, to see. Being lightning in the illusion. Grounding, opening. Join me in this forever endeavor of becoming the infinite potential itself. The Bible, Peter being the rock. The storm can bitch. Being in center, there is no storm. Convincing, but it is drama. Roller coaster and amusement park, it's fun. That's why you get on it, but it scares you shitless. You, the person strapped in the car, knows that you're just on a ride. Likewise, what's happening all around you? It's just a ride. Sometimes lightning strikes in the family. Sometimes lightning strikes in the world. I'm just like you. No different. Redirecting. Everything around us begins to change simply by our way of being. Christ, Buddha, Krishna, your great-grandmother, icon. My brother or sister said something yesterday that truly moved me. And because of what they said, they sparked an entire movement. Listen to what I'm telling you. John Doe or Jill Doe, they spilled their heart guts. Unity with an idea that is greater and higher. Bring the lightning to earth. We understand higher perception. Things do come along, knock us off of our center. And I recognize that I am off center. What am I going to do from that point? Am I going to continue to freak out? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm cognizant, intelligent, grounded. Compose yourself. The best ploy. Yes, it caught me off guard. You didn't see it coming. You don't have to see what's coming. You are the calm in the storm, no matter how much the storm wants to be. Like Peter, you become the rock. You become the lightning.
Access granted.
Everybody has access. Not everyone will choose it. Center of Light Review. Welcome everyone, all of you beautiful souls. I love your sharing that's happening in the forums about where you are. See, because when two or more are gathered, God is present. You've confessed your sins in front of all these people. You made yourself vulnerable. You've opened up the floodgate when you've been flooded with so many other emotions. Now, here's your opportunity to ride in the divine ocean on that surfboard in Hawaii, hanging 10. Tonight is Center of Light Review. 21, check-in. I'm checking in with you. How are you? Because I care. I care beyond what you can possibly imagine. Or I hope you can imagine beyond what I can. You may say, well, Keith, you have no idea what I can do. I love it. Tell me where you are, grab my hand and pull me into your boat. Help me float. Sometimes life will get your goat, and it can get pretty bad. I get it. You are love beyond measure. You are the personification of love beyond measure. We have to find and realize that and amalgamate into the consciousness of the truth. You're doing fantastic, whether you gave me a 1 or a 5. You know that. I am always here. Doesn't make me special, it makes me blessed. If I need you, depending on what the situation is and who I need, you can bet your sweet ass I will find you and send you an inbox of something this long. While I sing my sanctimonious, sappy song, you get it. Let's see what's happening. I want to acknowledge everyone who has been... First, I want to acknowledge everyone. Hello, you beautiful, sexy human creatures. Be the lightning in the storm. I want to read what everyone has been sharing, as I said, because it's all about caring. Let's see what's happening on the YouTubers. Hello, Mary. All right, so while I'm on YouTube, I'm going to start with Dolores. Everyone on Facebook, please hold your comments because the feed's going to go da-da-da-da-da until I come back to you on Facebook. You'll know. Dolores says she's at a 4.5 at the moment. Dig that. It was hard getting here. It often takes being hard to realize what light is. Same as dark and light. But I'm feeling strong and trusting in myself. Dear Lord. That's butter on your cracker. All right, let's see what's happening on Facebook. Let me get to my Facebook friends who have shared their heart publicly, openly. Wendy says she wants to go deeper. Melinda says, I'm striving for bliss out. No, I'm striving for bliss, but I seem to fall into the dumps quite often. I am so happy, Melinda, that you are falling into the dumps. And in your words, quite often. You're going, huh? Hear me out. Because you're trying. Many people are not trying, and they are accepting the reality of slavery. But you're trying to escape falling into bumps. Those bumps are equally, if not more important. Dear Lord, this fire just moved in me. Those bumps you are experiencing, which seem like to you and me and all of we a delay and dismay, I must say it is the most delicious play of God and the most delicious space of grace to be in. More so than what we think we are trying to achieve. Because it's in those little realizations that the lights go off. Ba-pow, 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 ba-pow. You're here to be a bunch of firecrackers. You're here to be fireworks. That's the joy. The greatest outcome is not going to happen. I'm sorry to tell you. The greatest outcome is not going to happen. It's already happened. So you are here to be in it, for the experience of being in it. This is how fortunate we all are. You are in it to experience it. When other people, other souls, will be reviewing this Akashic Hall of Record event, you're the one who's living the story. So in the bumps and bruises of life is where life actually happens, and life is forever and can never ever end. Fantastic for you. Trisha says, I'm at a 3, striving for the 5. Same applies. Hello, Kelly Bauman. It's been a while, girl. Sending you a love poke. Melinda again says, I am a 3. I'm a 3. I'm 4 when I watch you. Oh, you're blessed. Thank you for being so sweet. And I'll accept that. I'll accept your compliment and support. Thank you. I'm a 3, but when I watch you, I'm a 4. And she laughs, and I'm laughing. You are kooky, and that I love. Hello, Prihapa Cuckoo. Beautiful girl. I miss you. Let's see what other comments people are giving about their scale, their life review, the internal inquiry. All right, so I'm going to dress this up just a little. Tonight is Center of Light Review. And today, I did some reviewing and I found something that I was prompted to do this morning. Here's a warning for you. If you feel the need to exit, because what I'm going to play for you shortly can potentially upset you, I hear you. It's okay. You don't have to feel like a coward. You don't feel like you have to feel like you're cheating the system or cheating yourself. Everyone is where they are. But we can all choose to be to a greater capacity of a platform, a place, a space, the grace that actually belongs to us. Hello, Elaine. So the video clip I'm going to play for you in a minute, it takes maybe 5 minutes, has the potential to make you afraid. And you can exit. And in your exiting, you will enter back into the same anxiety you've always had. And that's okay. No one's judging you. I'm lifting you, exalting you, raising you up to a place of possibility, which is, I don't know where this is going, and in fact, if you're such a one, are you not, before you've even seen it, it could be Kermit the Frog on Sesame Street and I tricked you. But guess what tricked you more than me? It's your mind. So we already go into such scenarios with reservation, limitation, hesitation, mental masturbation. It's already scary. I don't feel good already. We haven't seen it yet. I did this set up to you, if you're such a one, on purpose, so that you can actually become the observer, say, oh my God, nothing happened and I'm already freaking out. What is the freaking out about? It doesn't have to be about anything. Like what I explained, I think it was Melinda a minute ago, or whoever it was, maybe it was Kel. I'm sorry, my apologies. Which is, it's not the end result. It's the little flashes that go off that is the everything. It's the experience. So, likewise, if you're expecting a certain something that I show you in video form in just a bit, I can say goodnight. And you're already still freaked out. I can say, I'll see you soon. And you're forever going to wonder and chew on that unconscious carrot until Keith, please tell me what that was about. How could you leave? It's already done its number on you. So the number now is 21, Center of Light Review. Do the work. So I'm going to bring you to, here's my disclaimer. It's going to scare the bejesus out of you. It's not my intention to do that. It's my intention for you to recognize, if you're such a one, that you had the bejesus scared out of you or into you. It's 5 minutes long. Not all of it is just that hard stuff. One little piece, about 20 seconds. If you listen, and not only just hear, you will get it. And when you get it, you're going to be off put. Wow. Whoa. Provided that you believe that Swamji, whose birthday is tomorrow, 77, God on earth today, I don't mean just a disciple of and someone who's spiritual. I'm talking about the presence of the infinite on the earth today. That already makes you scared to death, doesn't it? Because you don't know what to do with that. I know you do exactly with that. I open myself up, take a big deep breath, and I swallow it all the way into my heart. No one knows why God realized men, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, Satya Sai Baba, Swamiji, Paramahansa Yogananda, Anandamayi Ma, Sai Ma, Mother Mira. No one knows why they do the things they do and the things they say. The things they say that may be what you would call wrong or false. If you're looking at reality from a perspective at wrong, false, or truth, you will never see the truth. Like in the movie Matrix. Be careful of that lamp. Don't worry about that lamp. And he says, what lamp? And he turns around and breaks. He says, oh, I'm sorry. I said, don't worry about it. She said, the question that's really going to bake your noodle later is if you would have broken that lamp if I didn't say anything. So don't be a fool. But the fact that Swamiji did say in this interview I did with him a few years ago, you will source it out, you will pick it out. When you come to the realization, as I said a second ago, this is what Keith's trying to say, because nothing else in his dialogue with him seems so spooky. You found it. I'm asking you in that moment to still keep listening and hearing, but become the observer of how you feel about what you're going to hear. And I'm asking you, if you choose, when you hear it, you can say 3 words about it when you've discovered what he's talking about. It's a future event. It's prophetic. When you discover what that is, just give me a sentence or less, please. I know what it is in a couple of words, to an adjective or two to describe it. Then you check yourself, how do I feel about this? I'm not saying it's pleasant. We don't have to like things that do and or will exist. We have opinions about things and we don't like it, and that's part of your humanity to say, I want to do said something about it. That's the whole point, is to do something about something we don't like. If you don't like the fact that something happens every day to these people, we have to get off our ass and do something about it and erect the church in the steeple. Stop becoming sheeple. So I'm going to play the video now. Going to be right back with you. This is an interview I did with God on Earth. For what it's worth to anyone, Swamiji Visva Yogi is going to share with you a prophetic event that is coming.
Thank you, Swamiji, for being here today, enlightening me, helping me to alleviate some of the things that move through my mind, but more importantly, through my heart. But as I look out and about in the world,
I told about you. Don't think about that failure, this failure, what is happening in there, what is happening in that country, why that people in that country are threatening the whole world. Let them threaten. What will happen? A day will come when any person hits any nuclear weapon to harm our country. If we work with pure heart, we can invent an instrument. What that instrument can do, it will throw away that nuclear weapon and hits that person who throw that. A day will come. You understand my...
I do. Thank you.
So, unitedly, my humble request, appeal to you all, to the intellectuals and leaders of the world, don't create confusion. Don't create confusion. Don't pollute the nature. Don't pollute the nature. Don't pollute the minds of the people. Don't pollute the minds of the youth, the children. So, try to make them pure. Pure. Mind pure. Water's pure. Nature pure. Clean and green. We are putting clean and green. But what? We have to put into practice that. We have to practice. I wish you grand success. So, unitedly, we have to make the world abode of the peace. With this universal prayer, I will conclude. Repeat it. You also repeat it. One we are.
One we are.
We are all one.
We are all one.
One family.
One family.
Only one family.
Only one family.
We are all only one family.
We are all only one family.
I, you, he, she.
I, you, he, she.
This and that and all.
This and that and all.
We are all universal family.
We are all universal family.
Whatever the religion may be.
Whatever the religion may be.
Whatever the race may be.
Whatever the race may be.
Whatever the nation may be.
Whatever the nation may be.
Whatever the language may be.
Whatever the language may be.
We are all human beings.
We're all human beings.
We are all human family.
We're all human family.
Let us unite
Let us unite
in the name of humanity.
in the name of humanity.
Let us unite
Let us unite
for peace and prosperity.
for peace and prosperity.
Let us unite
Let us unite
for ourselves and for all.
for ourselves and for all.
Let us unite
Let us unite
for our Mother Earth
for our Mother Earth
and the universe.
and the universe.
Unity makes us strong and peaceful.
Unity makes us strong and peaceful.
Unity brings us bliss and prosperity.
Unity brings us bliss and prosperity.
If we unite,
If we unite,
we can make miracles.
we can make miracles.
If we unite,
If we unite,
we can throw away
we
poverty.
can throw away poverty.
If we unite,
If we unite,
we can make the earth a heaven.
we can make the earth a
If
heaven.
we unite,
If we unite,
we can bring the Lord to the
we
earth.
can bring the Lord to the earth.
Unity is our strength.
Unity is our strength.
Humanity is our life.
Humanity is our life.
Unity is our strength.
Unity is our strength.
Humanity is our life.
Humanity is our life.
Unity is our strength.
Unity is our strength.
Humanity is our life.
Hello, all you sexy human creatures. Welcome to Center of Light. Right off the get-go, share this to you all. It may reach someone who is reaching for the golden ring just like you. What is the golden ring? It's not what you think. It is what you want. It may come through the guise of what you think it is. Instead of going for the superficial aspect of it, when you move to the deeper layer, that which is meaningful, the real reason, it becomes the season of your harvest. I want you to be a joyful, sexy, beautiful human being. You owe me nothing. Gina says, it's cool, Keith. You demand. We're going to get real. It's yours for the taking. We're all looking for bliss. Burst of light. I'm going to empower you. I'm going to get down to some beeswax, cosmic broham, oink, to say I love you. Flagship Mother Earth, this way. Inward is upward, and that is forward. Powerful. Any thought that you have that is not of the highest ideal contains self-sabotage. Ride, Captain, ride upon your mystery ship. I'm holding on because I'm scared to death of the changes that are happening in the world, the changes that are happening within me, but I'm living in the old world paradigm and I'm going nowhere. I'm bored out of my skull. That's called insanity. I'm already feeling it come into every fiber of my being, though I have no idea about the future timeline of where this is going because I don't care. I just know that I am living in that joy in this moment, this way. In is the way out, where you are in your being, your experience. If you want joy, ecstasy, and peace beyond you've ever had in your being, because when you're inward, you don't need anything. And therefore, you have everything. Why would you believe anything when you can know everything? So now we went from this very tiny, minute little possibility of self to an explosion of infinite possibility in God. Metaphor for up. We always known God to be up. When we have these connections with spirit, then our life moves forward. Welcome back to Center of Light. Center of Light review. Excuse me. 21 check-in. You're checking in. Or are you? Seriously. On levels you may not understand that you are doing. Checking out. And it's okay. It's all a beautiful poetry. It's all a beautiful song called... This beautiful song is called Whatever Your Name Is. Whatever your name is. It's a beautiful song called Your Name, Your Expression. It's just a simple question. Do you want to be around a little longer? A lot longer. A lot simple, a lot stronger. Strength has nothing to do with you being able to pick up a car. Strength is about you being able to pick up yourself. Strength is not being able to lift weights. Strength is about you having the ability to lift yourself above that which weighs you down. So I want to address my beautiful cosmic sister. She asked a question. I did ask her permission, can I speak openly? she gave her testimony about her life and what she's dealing with. I want to acknowledge her. Kelly Bauman, I've been knowing you for a couple of years now. I love you. I do. She says openly, vulnerably, and she gave me permission to be open. Speak openly. In her openness, she deserves it. Doing good. Been having some struggles. My husband has stomach cancer. He made my day yesterday when he told me my mom how much I really mean to him. When he told my mom how much I really mean to him. Was so happy because we don't know when we will pass. But at peace, I am at peace now and can now know how he feels before passing. That's empathy. So to help you, Kelly, to support you, Kelly, to congratulate you, Kelly, I was so happy because we don't know when he will pass. But I'm assuming she's saying, but at peace now, or he's at peace now, or I don't know. Either way, it's still applicable and can't know, it's for you. And I can't know how he feels before passing. Empathy is the highest level of consciousness. So the struggles that you think that beset you are only, as we said earlier, your mind. So many don't hear that from a loved one. I am growing in so many ways, working on things and letting go of what no longer serves me and my highest good. So when I played the video of Swamji, did anyone catch the message that I dramatically, on purpose, set up that we should heed as prophecy? Mary Dawn Payford says she's at a 4. You go, girlfriend. Self-acceptance higher, parentheses, aging is not so delicious except being alive. To be aggravated with it makes it fine. I get it. I just had deja vu. Oh my God. A year ago, I experienced you, even though I've just recently met you. And you're saying aging is not so delicious, but more so being alive. To be aggravated with it makes it fine. Did. So what I want to share with you Kelly and everyone, again, Kelly, thank you for being vulnerable about what was delivered. I don't want to say talked about. I'm using that word on purpose, delivered. Swamji delivered a message. No one can ever understand why avatars do what they do and say what they say. Swamji's message that I was speaking about, that he delivered, was about a nuclear launch will happen. God on earth said a nuclear launch will happen. So automatically we go into this sphere, understood. But if you think like an alien in the movie Contact, or if you think like an avatar, which is infinite consciousness, they have no reason, rhyme, season, or time to do why they do what they do. They just don't. But he did say that a nuclear launch is going to happen, is what he did. He went, mark my words, basically. Mark my words, it's going to happen, you will see. When a nuclear missile will be launched towards, he said, us. At that moment, the us is, he was in the United States, us. The United States is not going to end. In fact, the United States is not only the world dream. I can achieve my dream if I go to the United States. The United States is the head of the world, while India is the heart. So forth. The world, the planet has chakras. But not only is the United States the head of the world, as in meaning the idea of freedom and moving forward, but it's the head of the world. It's the consciousness. It's the ability to think clearly. And he was in America when he gave this warning prophecy. As we see things play out in the world, we can possibly grasp an idea of where this stupidity would be, quote, pun intended, launched from, and then simply reflected back. What I'm saying is about this prophecy of a nuclear launch, when they launch it from a platform of stupidity and ignorance and greed and hatefulness and whatever. The reason the United States, and I'm speaking prophetically, which is moving through me, emphatically, is going to be the one to simply be the mirror reflection to launch this nuclear missile back to said country that launched it, is because the United States not only has the technology, but it is the promised land of the heaven and earth prophecy of the embodiments of spiritual technology. So God is present in the United States. It's a given. It's a fact. Present in India. It's present everywhere. But the point of this illustration and analogy is to explain to you, share with you, that there's no reason for anxiety. Because no matter what is propriety, what is most important is that you become strong inside. Tonight is Center of Light Review 21 check-in. I am checking in with you. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? It seems like a lot. When it doesn't only seem like a lot, it is a lot. It's a lot of things that we came here to be with, to change. Because guess what? You're not really changing anything at all. Sounds like semantics. Fantastic. You understand what semantics is. You're not here to change anything really. Everything is already done, as I said earlier. You're here to change yourself, to be the blessed one, daughter or son, to experience what change is as if you're the one that changed it. You didn't change anything. But yet you do. That is it. You change it by realizing it's your own drama. As powerful as it is to see that, oh my God, this is such destruction of a nuclear warhead that can be launched and mirrored back to the launcher, as powerful in a destructive way as that is, it is equally as powerful in a constructive way to realize through the said dance that we all choose to participate in. Put on your boogie shoes, love song or the blues, that you have the privilege to have experienced the dance of, that when push comes to shove, no one else is above you and doesn't have said chance until it's their turn to incarnate in the same body, the same meat suit that you already have done. That's it. It's over. It's freaking over. There is nothing else. This is not something we're going to achieve. It is something that is. All that we can truly achieve is to have the experience I am curious in this experience why everyone is showing up as anonymous. Maybe that's a blessing. I don't understand what that is. Everyone is showing up as anonymous on Facebook. It says anonymous. And I know that John Doe or Joe Doe is the one that posted it. But in the stream, as far as the text, which is over here, it says anonymous. So understand that when a prophet, God man, your mother, your father says, tomorrow this is going to happen, and you know that said butt whipping is coming, and you choose that, I'm not going to get a butt whipping. I'm going to listen to what my divine or my biological parent says. I'm going to avoid the butt whipping of that nuclear launch. Let me read you something simply from Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, vesseled in 96, 97, 98, about prophets, prophecies. Doesn't mean the prophet is not right. Doesn't mean that at all. It means you heard the plight, the things that are not so pleasant, and you made a different choice. Swamiji delivered that message a few years ago. I've been around God-realized men physically in my life. It's not a matter of they're not wrong. It's not a matter of they're not right. They're usually right in the sense that their timeline is infinite, and they're able to hone in exactly where we are. Give a take on how long the prophecy has been foretold. In a matter of a few years, when I interviewed Swamiji and his time frame of reference, understand me, there is no time frame of reference for him. He's in the eternal fire. Right here, right now. He knows he knows I just talked about him. Without a doubt. It's about us shifting our own and collective timelines to these different realities. One timeline goes this way, while the other goes beyond timeline into the vertical fashion. It's already done. It's not necessarily prophecy. Would you have broken that lamp, Neo, if I didn't tell you to not break the lamp and be careful? That's really going to bake your spiritual noodle later. So it's really not about the prophecy. The prophecy is to be the motivator to get us into our own space, however it serves you or doesn't. But even if it does not serve you, it serves you, because there's no such thing as a lack of progress. Everything is always in progress process. There's no stepping backwards. It may seem that way because you get knocks on your head. So from Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, about Swamiji's prophecy. I'm not trying to cushion Swamiji to protect him from seeming like he's wrong. He doesn't give a squat. He's living simply and sitting on the throne. From Homecoming Crossing the Bridge to the Soul, about prophecy. I asked Spirit, am I correct in saying that since the Bible is based on truth, the prophecies foretold in Revelation are going to come true? Spirit pushes forth and says, any prophecy in the Bible that has been and might be fulfilled, whether positive or negative, is not necessarily the vision of the prophet alone, but is shared by the many who believe it will come to pass. Yes, those who are locked into believing that a prophet is right form a mass conscious power that will support them in their convictions. This would be great and fantastic if the particular vision they have shared has a positive outcome. But what about the negative one? Do you want the prophet to be right about that too? And I say, no, I don't. So what do we all do about that? Spirit says, this is the kingdom that Swamiji is intending and sharing with you, a prophecy that can come to pass. This is the place I shared with Kelly and Melinda earlier about that same place, that it's not about the outcome, it's about the little simple awareness flashes that happens. Because you see, the war is over. There was never a war in the first place. The war is the anxiety battle that happens within us all. Stop believing that a prophet knew or knows more than you do. All they have seen is where you are likely to be at some point in time and space. Hear me when I say that the God that lived or lives in them and has enabled them to see is the same God that lives in you and enables you to see differently. Do you understand? The prophet, Swamiji, Jesus, people of the Bible, Keith Blanchard, you, everything you do and tell people, I see this is going to happen to you because you're such a good person or bad person. It's nonsense. There are springboards. Some are beautiful, but a bad springboard can end up being, many years later, the most beautiful thing that ever happened to you. Tonight is Center of Light Review. Do you understand the game that is underway? 21. Check it. Are you checking in? I am. I am the great I am. You know what? I'm going to leave you with something tonight. I love you. I want nothing. Actually, I lied. I just lied to you. I do want something from you. I want you to be a joyful, happy, sexy human being. That's all I want from you. But you don't owe that to me. You owe that to you. Yesterday, outside of my apartment door, I saw this woman go into the garden. She didn't care what people thought about her being in the garden. She sought her Lord. And in this case, for her deity was Jesus. And she dove into the fire fully. She was serious about it. So serious, I laughed and cried at the same time. While I'm filming this outside of my door, happening in front of my face, but yet deep within my heart. Someone behind her begins to call her out and say, ma'am, basically, you can't do that. She wasn't interested in any of that. In fact, when she's done, she turns her around almost military style and proceeds to walk inside of her house. House represents consciousness. She walked into her consciousness when she went outside of her house to call on Lord Jesus. And to me, her intention was saying, there is nothing or no thing that can come in the way of this conversation between me and calling my Lord. You will see it. You are loved beyond measure. Center of Light Review. Check yourself. Contact me if you need me. It's beyond money. I do have to earn a living. I know who you are. I know where you are, and I know how you are. Everything is scaled accordingly. Some people need to jump into the fire, and they need to pay dividends. Some people just need a pat on the back or a kiss on the cheek. I want to be all that. I am all that. Be that for me. And the meek shall inherit the earth. I'll see you soon.
Officially bringing Jesus to the trap. The great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the trap. The great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the trap. He's officially bringing the great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the trap. The great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the trap. The great I am is officially bringing Jesus to the trap.